No, why? Why? No, why? No, why? No, why? No. Why? Hey, I'm Ray of Sunshine. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. Know why you're here? Well, that's one of the things I'm going to tell you about. Hey, there's several different reasons, but the main reason is to see how you deal with discovering different. The energy that we're stepping into on this planet right now is different, and we are becoming different. And I'm here to talk about you expressing the uniqueness of you.
You may have noticed a bit of a transformation, and that's kind of like the idea of the whole thing. And I talk about that in every single one of my videos. So no, I'm not going to talk about it right here, right now. You can go see another one of my videos. I'll repeat lots of things over there. Things that are interesting. In fact, you know what? Sometimes I have this format, and we're changing. Right now, we're in the getting toward the end of the M section, right?
It's our time to blossom. It's our time to shine. You'll know why you're here with me right now at this moment. Whenever you look at take a peek at any one of my Ray of Sunshine videos. There's a whole array of rays of sunshine, and they're there for that purpose, to show an evolution, to show an evolvement, a blossoming, an unfolding, just folding of my life as it represents the unfolding and the blossoming of your life. So I show you my entire process from my very first video over a year ago, and I invite you to go back just to take a peek at any one of those to see the difference. It's our time to shine,
and we're trailing off here with some of the early M attributes, acquiring new attributes as we that's what my whole presentation depicts. And I film it. I have it all on film. Miracle messages and film for you, along with it depicts that progression, mystery messages, miracle messages.
My whole system, as you know, is set up on the ABC concept to observe the difference and the transformation. And there's a transition. So right now we're in the middle of the O sections.
Buried treasure, hidden messages,
out of the O. So you're going to see some different formats, different styles developing as we move. By the way, glad that you're here with me today. I'm going to repeat it on every single one of my videos, so I don't really have to repeat it here too much, but it's very simple. It doesn't, you don't have to sit down and memorize the requirements. There's nothing that's going to, you're going to be testing. The idea really, no guidelines. It's just a simple share. I love a smorgasbord, don't you? If you've been to some of my before videos, you know a few things about me. You're figuring me out, and well, you're figuring you out too. But let me clue you in. At one time, I had a catering business, which I named Epicurean Adventures, which I knew it was going to create some controversy. People didn't know what I was talking about, didn't understand, but that's what expressed me. That's what made me happy. So I named it Epicurean Adventures, and I couldn't even answer the phone that way. When I answered the phone, I'd say race, because if I said Epicurean Adventures, I would think they were thinking, uh-oh, there's somebody there speaking a different language, and they'd hang up. Smorgasbord is what I'm offering here. Smorgasbord, you can find everything from the simple to the sublime, and some's going to appeal to you and some's not. But, my goal is not to send you back there to get all my points of view and say, oh yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Ray, because it doesn't really matter much whether you agree or disagree. That's not the point. The point is, as you're trying to figure me out, that maybe you figure you out and you figure out what's appropriate for you and what's not appropriate for you. I spent a lot of time especially in the D section, talking about conclusion and the fact that I'm not here to shove conclusions down your throat. I'm here for you to develop your own conclusions, just like I develop my own conclusions. For a long time, a good part of my life, I oftentimes wondered, why am I not normal? But at the same time, I remember thinking, why would I want to be normal? Why would I want to be ordinary? And as time goes on, I'm realizing more and more and celebrating more and more that normal is not for me. Ordinary is not for me. Share this video with all the people that you know, so I can share my heart
with all the people that you know.
Because you can't have too much fun. There's no such thing as too much happy. If you have come from some of those before videos, you've heard me repeat that many times. I repeat lots of things many times. So be repeating so much of that in this presentation.
And we could all come together on the same page and create the world of our dreams. That's why I'm here. And that's why you're here.
I'm going to tell you about something that you're not going to notice in just about every one of my before videos. I don't spend a whole lot of time, and you don't see it flashing on the screen. Hit like, hit subscribe. I don't talk about liking and subscribing, and there's nothing wrong with liking and subscribing. You can like and subscribe all you like, and you can like and describe all you like, and that doesn't hurt anything. However, my plan, and one of my plans, I expose on lots of the before videos, but my new plan that I'm exposing now is about sharing. And you know, I've spoken about that a few times back there. Go ahead and do something different, to discover something different, and send this video to some character who otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to discover different if it weren't for you. But theoretically, at least, at some point, and if this is your first time here with me today, this could be the start of something big. No rush. When it happens, it happens. You might figure out, hey, you know what? I think maybe this guy has something of value to share.
You know, there have been times in my life when I've gone across a difficult path. And that's another reason you're here, is because you've had the same kind of experience, the same kind of challenge, the same kind of difficulty in your life. And so, I talk about those experiences a lot on many of my earlier videos. And there's a lot of hidden messages there, a lot of.
And you might decide, I'm going to share that with somebody else too. As I'm transforming into the F segment, you'll notice my environment will change, my appearance might change. I have this two-tone stuff going on still, and that's going to evolve because I'm evolving.
Buried treasure.
That's exactly
where I expose
the point. That's the point I'm trying to present with this entire video series. Evolving, changing, emerging, becoming. As I evolve, one thing that's not going to change,
some of the information,
is that I'm going to lay it on the line.
Some of the inspiration.
In some of those before videos,
I've stumbled across.
A couple of times I spoke about how I'm words sometimes, especially with words like always and never, how I'm kind of particular with, so I feel my choice of words.
There have been times in my life when I've gone through difficulty, stumbled across a difficult path. So especially when it was one of those real, and that's another reason you're here, is because you've had the same kind of experience, betrayals, backstabbing, pain, loss. Especially then is when I would want to know why. Why did this happen to me? And now I know why. I know why I was presented with all of those difficult opportunities.
You may notice that sometimes in my broadcasts,
to discover the uniqueness of me.
Presentations, the sound sometimes is not all that great, lighting is not all that great.
So that's what video presentation is about, so you can learn about me and learn some things about you.
And if you think it's not great now, you should see back in some of my earlier videos. But you know what?
I know why.
I left it all exactly the way it is, because my whole video presentation depicts a metaphor for life. And life sometimes has its challenges, and we need to learn to navigate through that. And that's what I'm trying to show with this presentation.
I'm sitting out in the woods near this babbling brook. I don't know if you can see the babbling. You can see it babbling over there, maybe. So the brook is babbling. I'm babbling, delighted that you're here with me today. I've been away for a few days. I was at the other end of the state of Rhode Island, right on the ocean. We went to this place called the Umbrella Factory. A lot of interesting people and a lot of interesting items all over the place. A woman who made these T-shirts, and there was all different kinds of T-shirts. And I picked this one out here, which has this special kind of V, from what I understand. This shirt costs a lot more than the other shirts they had. The ordinary shirts, round collar, but apparently this is a special thing. But you know what? I decided I'm worth it. That's the one I want. I'm worth it. I was realizing the other day that if someone,
so I feel if you're going to say never, mean never. So if the thought should ever cross your mind that that ray of sunshine is looking kind of normal, looking a little bit ordinary, never. If you're going to say never, mean never. Thought should ever cross your mind that that ray of sunshine is kind of normal, looking ordinary, never. So I talk a lot of that in all of my previous videos, which is why that's one of the reasons why you're going to want to go back there and check out the whole array of rays of sunshine, because there's inspiration, there's miracle messages, there's hidden treasure that I know is there because I put it there for you. But the other main reason you would want to go back and take a look at some of those earlier rays of sunshine is for comparison. My whole presentation shows a progression, an evolution. You're going to learn some things about me, and you're going to learn some things about you.
if someone doesn't know my worth, why ever would I listen to their version of it? My worth. This. Oh, I loved this shirt because it had a dragonfly on it. And if you've been with me before, you've heard some of my other stories about my husband Sid and how he right after he passed away, back as a dragonfly. And so it serves as a reminder to me all the time that he's lots of dragonflies out in nature in lots of different places like this. So you know how I think that happened with the dragonfly is Sid spotted this dragonfly that he really liked, and he wanted to appear to my sister. This was like the day after that he passed away. And so he hops into this dragonfly and goes on her windshield. And the reason I think that's the way it happens, if you've been with me before, you may have heard some of my stories about my husband Sid back in, especially way back in some of my earlier videos. I think it's a good idea to go look at some of those because it'll show a comparison, progression. There's a whole array of rays of sunshine back there. So, and there's a whole, even though we're one of a kind, there's many different expressions of there's a whole array of rays of sunshine back in my before videos, and they're there to show an evolution. I started recording. I don't even have. Hold on. Let me see if there's a mic working. I'll be back. Hold on. Jesus. That's one of the reasons. Plus, there's a whole bunch of hidden messages and buried treasure for you to find. Anyway, Ray. Oh yeah. So Sid. What was I talking about? He used to talk to dead people. He became one, and he talks on this side over here now. But back when we were on our adventures of meeting people, this is what I decided, and all kinds of entities on the other side, for souls who are on this encounters side. with, and so Sid used to contact them. And so there was one time, a couple of times this happened, but we were at a campground and there was a woman, an older woman, standing alone in the middle of the dance floor, just rocking back and forth to a tune that was on, with a tear coming down her cheek. And Sid approached her and said, "Your husband told me this is your anniversary and that he thinks you're the most beautiful girl in the world." Hold on. Yes, it's recording. And he asked if he could slip into Sid's body so that he could have that dance with his wife, which is what he did. I decided if this is recording and you can hear my voice, I'm using it. The only thing missing, the only thing I have to add, we had other encounters like that too, but that was a real special one. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I knew this was going to happen. Wait a minute. I said, oh boy, I better get over there quick. And wait a minute to do this recording because the sun's going to be coming over the trees and that's what's going to happen. And you can see that's what happened. Speaking of light, did somebody have the bright idea of sending you this video? And well, there's enough illumination for everyone. Oops. The reason that happened is because I made it happen. Video, let's make happy happen. Well, I said, I better start recording, otherwise that sun's going to come over the trees and it's going to create a glare. Wait a minute. And the recording's not going to work out. Well, you saw what happened, right? So, well, that's how that works. From the bottom of my heart it's playtime. Create. For me, courage and vulnerability are cousins, maybe even siblings. Create you. Brand new, I hope you stick around for a while. And if you're returning, then you're aware that I try lots of different things. That's what my program is based on. Something different to discover something different. Doing something different to make a difference. A progression of us as a civilization, us as a species. We're in the process of getting over the hump. So I'm developing an entirely new format here, just like you are in life and how we look. Developing an entirely new format with your life and moving into what some people refer to as New World energy. It's a different consciousness, a different awareness. And that's the kind of stuff that I talk about on my channel at How We Fit In. And I'm really glad that you're sticking around. Make sure you pop in every once in a while so that we're all together on the same page. If you take off, it blows my whole plan. What's going on right now is between the last clip and this clip, I went out to get a new do. We modeled that for you. Yeah, so that's what goes on in all of my videos, right? Amazing, fun things. And I went to pick up my new kimono, which has birds on it, so I'll model that for you as well. So I drifted off. Hope you can see it okay on there. And I had this for a few months now, but I haven't used it. I was waiting for the right occasion. This is the perfect occasion. Flying high off now to another area where before the sun gets here, and that's what I'm here for. Just a nudge, so that you can find the uniqueness of you. It's playtime. It's playtime. Create you. Create you. Discovering the uniqueness of you. That's what my program is all about. Somebody probably did you a favor in sending you this video. Return the favor to someone else. Give somebody else the chance to discover different.